Hello and welcome to another video on Shopify fundamentals to take the certification exam as soon as possible, right? And in the meantime, learn about the different topics relevant to the Shopify partner program and be able to articulate to your client in a way that he can understand what you offer to them, make it fast as possible so merchants can start with their idea, turn into a business, and start selling. So that's the whole point of this, of being a Shopify partner. All right. So in today's video, I'm gonna take a quick recap of the model itself, the model 2 about the Shopify markets, okay, and especially the introduction to the cross-border selling. So cross-border selling, after all, is commerce without borders. So for those merchants that wants to expand their product and service overseas, there are some challenges here. So because you're getting into a new market, right? You need to build your build in that market the brand awareness, as well as trust. In the way you do that is by creating customer tailored, in this particular case, by creating tailoring solution or tailoring buying experience to your customers or to the buyers, because buyers in any market expectations are different. So in this particular case, talking about the e-commerce, buyers want to shop in their own language, using their own currency, with their preferred methods, uh, and this will lead to sell more, increase revenue, customer retention and conversion, as well as create a sustainable business that when something goes wrong, you can easily is migrate your operations to move on. You may wonder why. Well, when policy change due the compliance, right? So managing compliance is something that is difficult, uh, because now you have to do taxes, regulations, language, and pricing. So also you need to navigate risk, especially when entering into these international markets. And also there are possible, it's most likely that you find is fraud in those markets, and you need to also to evaluate and navigate those fraud as well. So this is one of the challenges, especially entering into a new market that make it slow and expensive. And if you're not offering this a tailored customer solution, then your business will suffer. So just to recap here, especially with my newsletter, I will need to find a way to create this newsletter in English and Spanish. Okay, this is also a way to improve my communication skills on English as well as in Spanish. All right. So with that, you can now find a way to again expand your business and make it so ultimately you might find is two different audience here, so audience in English and Spanish, and you can offer them a product and service based on their needs. So all right, so the whole point of this is to act as a bridge, okay, uh, bridge the gap between the Spanish audience and the English native speaking audience. Based on what, you may wonder? Well, based on the current thing that I'm doing to myself, how am I doing that? The protocols that are actually applying to my life, and see how others resonate with that and how they can improve certain part of their life. especially when it comes to uh, nutrition, exercise, also in the professional life, and that kind of thing. So with that, all right, um, yes. So this is also a side note that that I'm making here, just to recognize that aspect in my own business, and this is something that I need to apply for that. So let me also define here a way to create this multi-language newsletter, right? So how to create this multi-language newsletter? What it is? Da, 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 34. Okay, multi-language newsletter. Perhaps tomorrow. You know, perhaps tomorrow. That's right. We have to wake up early, my friend. Early, 6 a.m. Okay. No, that's actually massive. It's like no, not at all. And what I can do here is to take some, to take some, take some. So one, two, how? That's right. And then I can go with the Shopify theme development. And right after that is well looking at jobs here. And then I can dedicate to uh, multi-language, multi-language, multi-language. Exactly. So multi-language. hmm That's right. So multi-language. So multi-language WordPress newsletter, right? Newsletter. All right. So how to make that? Because after all, I am expanding myself here. So how to make multi-language WordPress newsletter. So because right now I'm creating is my newsletter in Spanish and English as a way to improve also my speaking and writing skills in both language. Okay, so all right, that sounds interesting, feasible as well. Anyway, so go back here. Okay, so this is uh, the challenge, especially for entering into new markets. So managing compliance as well as offering a tailored buying experience to international buyers. And also this is very narrow specific to commerce. Shipping can or international shipping is complex, so negotiating affordable international rates without high volume is very difficult, and especially express. So despite this, Shopify mentioned and offered two approaches. So the single store approach, where you as a merchant can leverage all the tools that they offer to create your multi-language and multi-currency online store, as well as the multiple store. So Mar- Shopify Markets, uh, they offer is a suite of cross-border selling tools, so merchants can start sell internationally on a single app. So because with this suite, you can create is or you the idea here is to create unique buying experience. Okay, the way you do that is by defining per markets. Okay, so Shopify or markets. So you have your primary markets, your other markets, and markets that you don't sell due to the political, socio-economical difference. So your primary markets, It can be your domestic market or any other markets that you receive your main source of income or revenue. So the other is the other markets where now you customize is a buying experience to them, where they can shop in their own currency, the local language, using also a particular domain for that. So the settings that Shopify Market offers are domain, meaning that you can is create your custom domain uh, using the subfolder structure that this is something that Shopify provides to you. So any international users can be redirected to the proper region. Okay, so domains, language. So now you can customize and translate content and products to their local language, as well as currency, which now you can offer them to their product, or you can offer product or service to their local currencies. And if you're an online store that reside in one of the uh, countries where you can use Shopify payments, most of the time is North America, some countries in Europe, or all of the countries in Europe, some of them in Eastern Europe, as well as Australia. So if your store resides in one of those locations, you can access to the Shopify payments, where now it automatically converts the buyer product or the currency, or the product price in that currency, using the current exchange market rate. And also you can offer clients to accept the preferred methods, the preferred payment methods, whether it's Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Google Pay, Apple Pay, or Shop Pay, as well as a reliable checkout, so taxes and duties. So by showing the client, hey, or in this case, the customer, hey, this is all the taxes and fees that you have to assume in order to receive that product. So this is the 5 things that you can customize in the Shopify markets. And the benefit of this is that you're now offering a customer buying experience where you improve that with SEO. So by using international SEO, you attract more clients that, uh, once you offer this unique buying experience, that will over time increase sales and revenue, customer retention, and customer conversion. Also, you can create several storefronts for each audience. So for example, you want to create a footwear company. Well, now you can just create storefront from kids, women, and men, for example. And also it provides you a fast, reliable, trustworthy checkout to customers, where they can see all of the fees and shipping rates. As well as for the merchants, now you don't have to deal with the complexity of cross-border selling, which is one of the next topic that I'm going to talk about with Shopify Markets Pro, because it take a step further in the complexity of the cross-border selling and abstract that, so merchants can focus is on their business rather than managing all of this compliance and legal entity they need to create, especially uh, all of the taxes, regulations, prepaid expense, currencies, language that they need to know and manage in order to start sell international. Now, so also, well, you can manage all of your Shopify markets from one single place, as well as provide you management tools for risks and liabilities. Great. So with Shopify storefront or the with multiple storefront approach, now what you can do is to offer a, solutions to merchants or business that need additional flexibility or customizations so that they can go with. So meaning, if a business, for example, wants a hyper customization uh, themes based on their particular international selling strategy, they can use Shopify or the multiple store approach. Uh, or, for example, if they have a specific product catalog per market, you know. So the trade-off of this is if you have an inventory that is shared internationally, uh, you need to keep update that per store. Okay, and also manual updates needs to be done for each store, as well as you need to install applications individually as well as pay them per store. So you may wonder, okay, so what is the benefit of using one over the another? It's going to depend vastly on the merchant's needs and their expectations. So, for example, uh, because after all, the difference between Shopify Market and the multiple store approach is based on the target audience as well as the market segment or the domain markets, the domain market segment. Meaning, so when you talk about the target audience, is that using Shopify payments to automatically convert any uh, currency on those places. Okay, so if you can rely on Shopify payments to automatically convert those prices in their local currency at the current exchange rate, or the current market exchange rate. That's one. The other is, well, the domain specific markets. So you want to now offer is multiple language and multiple currency to your audience. Uh, So Shopify Market make it simple this task, whereas with Shopify or with multiple store, you need to create is several store for that. Also, the product catalog. So as I mentioned before, you need to actually is you can now manage your inventory much more easy with one single store using Shopify Markets rather than individual stores, as well as the manual updates to your themes can be much more easily done using Shopify Markets and the staff management. So again, this is for companies that have a dedicated teams to develop and design per market, or they have developed things that are hyper customized per markets. So if this is the case, multiple store approach might be the way to go. However, for merchants that they want to or they evaluate the way to expand internationally, or they already been using Shopify markets before, or perhaps Uh, yeah, they want us to expand internationally. Yeah, they want to expand internationally. So they're considered to expand internationally, or they have used Shopify before, uh, or are looking ways, or are they actively looking ways to expand their to expand them internationally. For those, all right, well, Shopify Market is the way to go. Is the way to go. Again, for merchants that actively seeking to expand to international markets, or they already use uh, Shopify Markets, uh, this is their so Shopify Market is the way to go. Okay, cool, cool. That's actually pretty cool. And also with Shopify Markets, you can rely on applications that allow you to offer multi-language, multi-language. So, for example, applications which is very narrow specific to this. So, application like Translate and Adapt. Okay, where now you can translate automatically or manually your content, as well as geolocation, where you can now recommend visitors to navigate to their proper region. All right. So now that we know what Shopify Market is and Shopify Market multiple store approach, especially when dealing with this cross selling or cross border selling, now I look at something new they call the Shopify Markets Pro, which after all they create a legal entity that will take care a lot of the compliance, especially the financial operation as well as taxes and legislations. So Shopify Markets here, or Shopify Markets Pro, okay, takes compliance of the merchant's place while providing access to better shipping options. All right. So selling internationally is really hard, completely. You need to grow your team to manage local currency, especially if you're starting to grow here. Selling internationally is hard, really hard. So you need to grow your team to manage local currency payment exactly. And this is something that is applying to my own business. Local currency. The only local currency here is the U.S. So local currency payment methods. Right now, I'm using a particular one. I'm going to disclose that. Okay. So local currency, payment methods, domains. Specifically, you want to serve to a particular audience. Okay. Prepaid duties, taxes, and regulations. Okay. Or market specific or region specific regulations. So this, my friend, is the way. So you can, or this is a challenge, especially when you start to sell internationally. Okay, so uh, local or local currencies. Okay, exactly. If you want to sell internationally, which that's one of the reasons why, as a developer or as a software developer, I haven't done that. I don't want to do that. Yep, not at all. I don't want to. So the only currency that I'm selling my service is USD. Period. But if you want to sell internationally, well, that's the challenge that they need to face. So local currencies, domains, payment methods, and this can quickly become a constellations of options. Okay, So, for example, you have options in Brazil, in Argentina, in UK, France, Belgium, Australia, Thailand, Malaysia. The option is, you see the constellation here. So payment options, prepaid duty, taxes and regulations. So despite all of this, Shopify markets provide merchants and also affordable shipping rates, you know, and also affordable shipping rates that can also slow you down. So despite this, right? So Shopify market provide this something called, this is a legal entity, which is here. There you go. Okay, the legal entity. Okay, the legal entity. Shopify merchants with Shopify Market, Shopify Market Pro, that kind of thing. Okay, Shopify Markets Pro, supporting merchants with Shopify Market. Exactly. Shopify Market Pro. And after all, Shopify Market is this legal entity that takes compliance of the merchant's plate while offering or while providing access to better shipping options. Again, this is in early release. Okay, so what's merchants of records? Something they mention here. I don't
Shopify,
think it's got
with
that.
everything managed in a single place, right from your Shopify admin. To get started, navigate to the Markets tab in your Shopify admin. If eligible, click to apply for Markets Pro, add your business information, and select a preferred method to access shipping labels. Once approved, activate and choose which countries you want to sell to and convert customers anywhere. Shopify Markets Pro makes selling worldwide simple, an all-in-one solution that removes complexity and helps you increase sales. Apply now.
This is one of the things here with Shopify Market is that they recognize that the e-commerce is expand globally, and especially in China. Why? Because there is a study made by Intelligence Insider, Insider Intelligence. Okay, there is a research made by Insider Intelligence, a subscription-based marketing company, where they disclose several research. One, total global e-commerce sales expect to be total about $6.9 billion, which means $1.3 billion belongs to the U.S., whereas the 3.9, something like that. Let me recap that. Whereas no, 1.7 trillion uh, will be from US and 3.4 trillion from China. And this is where uh, Shopify is aiming to. It's like, okay, all right, my friend. It's like, all right, okay, my friend. So what is a merchant's record? So based on that data, that's one of the reasons why they launched this, you know, why they launch this section soon here, because this is not part of their model, by the way. This is just an addition to this because the model itself was this Shopify Foundation, the introduction to POS and retail, the introduction to Shopify Plus, as well as the foundation introduction to working with merchants, marketing, data analytics, in here, right? But I don't make sure. No, this is a new chord as well. That and that and no. Uh, hmm. These two are new. Sorry. These two are new, by the way. Okay, interesting. These two are new. Foundation instruction to POS and retail. Okay. Foundations instruction to POS and retail. Okay, this is something important. Yep. By the way. Okay. All right. Okay, these two courses. Okay, this exactly. So this is not new anyway. All right. Okay. Cool. Cool. Interesting. Interesting. So yeah, according to Insider Intelligence, this subscription-based marketing company talk about e-commerce sales expect to be total for 6.9 billion in 2024. 1.7 comes from US and 3.4 come from China. And because of this, uh, looking right now at the Shopify Market Pros makes a lot of sense. So filling the merchants of records more gap, by the way. A merchant of record is a company that sells products or service to the customer and the legal entity those customers pay when making a purchase. So they act as a middleman, by the way. So they act as the middleman, by the way. So, what's merchants of record? Merchants of records. Okay, filling the merchants of records. Filling the merchants. Filling the merchants of records. Filling the merchant. Filling the merchant. Filling the merchant of record or more gap. So the TLDR is this is a legal entity between between they don't like to use that. They don't like to use the word between, they don't like to use the word between these. Part of the copyright. A merchant's record is a company that sells products or service to the customer and the legal entity those customers pay when making a purchase. So, after all, this is an intermediary. This is a legal entity between merchant and customers that that handles handles compliance. Okay, that handles compliance. Fine, exactly. That handles compliance and fine. Exactly, that handles compliance, finance. That handles compliance, finance, liabilities, liability of payment, liability. Okay, that handles compliance, finance, liability of payments, billing, sales, and taxes, man. Sales taxes, okay. Sales taxes, refunds, and chargebacks. Mhm. So because Shopify Markets Pro is okay. So this is much like when you try to apply for a loan in a bank. Okay, so anytime you want to ask a loan from a bank, they're going to analyze your profile, which is exactly what they're doing here. Okay, so based on your merchant's profile, Okay, now we can offer this option, so you are eligible to this more merchants of record. This legal entity that act as a that act between the customers and the merchants, that yeah that so this is a legal entity between merchants and customers that handles compliance. Okay, that handles compliance, finance, mm, liability of payments, taxes, refunds, billing, and chargeback. Okay. So Shopify Markets Pro is a white labeling merchant of the recourse solution. So Shopify Market Pro is a white labeling solution. It's a white labeling merchant of record solution. Interesting. So Shopify Market is a white labeling. So Shopify Market is a white labeling. Uh, mhm. So Shopify Markets Pro is a white labeling merchant of records solution. Okay, that provide merchants with tools to manage international tax, duty compliance, fraud. Okay, that provides merchants tools to manage. Okay, the tools to manage international tax, international tax, duty compliance, compliance, international tax, duty compliance, fraud, foreign exchange. So fraud, foreign exchange. Okay, fraud, foreign exchange, local payment methods, important, which is part of the challenge of expanding and start to sell international, is local currency, the payment methods, uh, the domains, the domains, the domains, the prepaid duty, taxes, income taxes. So is it? Mhm. So local currencies. Okay, this is a challenge that merchants who want to start sell internationally needs to face. So local currencies, especially in the e-commerce. So local currency, domains, payment methods, prepaid duty, taxes, and regulations based on that market. So okay. So Shopify Pro is a white labeling merchant of record solution that provides merchants tools to manage international tax, duty compliance, fraud, foreign exchange, local payment methods, and access to cost-effective shipping and cost-effective shipping with with DHL Express. This is very interesting. cost effective. That's right. Okay, so this is the tools that Shopify Markets Pro provides. So like the Shopify Markets, what it provide you setting that you can configure domain, uh, language, pricing and currency, taxes and duties, as well as preferred payment options. This goes a step further in offering this kind of things, uh, especially by white labeling a legal entity called MRR, MR, MR, yeah, MRR, which is merchants of records, which this legal entity handles compliance. So this legal entity handles compliance, finance, taxes, liability of payments, uh, chargeback, and refunds, as well as sales. Damn, son. Okay. Damn, son. This legal entity. All right. And for example of legal entity, of more example, man, it's like what in the F? More legal entity? Legal entity? What is a legal entity here? Oh, come on. More, more, you know what? Try everything. Come on, come on. More legal. Uh, what is a more legal entity? Or example, no. More. Investopedia. Okay, Investopedia. Imagine a call for. Oh, lovely. Really? Okay, okay. It's okay. It's okay. So, merchant of records. Wow, not even Investopedia. What in the F? What in the F, man? That's not good. Oh my holy hell. What is merchant of record? Merchant of records. And then you got, what is a merchant? No, merchant of records. Holy F. Score. Score up. What every business owner needs to know. You may realize that handling payments, billing, and tax can be among of the complicated part of running your business. Here's what you should do. Merchant of records. It's an entity that is authorized and held liability by a financial institution to process a consumer credit and debit card transaction. The more is also the name that appears on the consumer credit card statement. The merchant of record is responsible for maintaining a merchant's accounts, processing all payments, and managing all credit card processing fees. The MR also ensures compliance with PACDDS, stay up to date on any law where transactions are taking place, and handles any chargeback. What's the difference between merchant of records and payment solutions? Many businesses may think of merchant of records and payment solutions are one of the same thing, but this is the case. The difference between more and payment only solutions is that MRA assumes financial responsibility for its client, whereas payment only solutions strictly process payment. Okay, okay. This so anytime there is a responsibility, there is a niche, there is a business. Interesting. What difficulties will I face with our merchants of record? Is Square a merchant of record? As a payment service provider, PSP Square ensure your business is a PSC compliant, which means you need fewer people on your payroll to handle this area of the business. Square ensure your payments are secure because we fly. So so okay, it's a white labeling. It's a white labeling of this. So the TLD here is that this is a legal entity that acts as the so the more it's a legal entity between merchant. Mhm. So this is a legal entity between merchants and customers holding responsibility, man, or assuming responsibility. Assuming responsibility, exactly. Exactly. For it is client, in this case, merchants. Exactly. So this is a legal entity that assumes, oh my God, that assumes, no, okay, this is not good, by the way. I mean, yeah, it is like any solution, it comes with trade-off, and the thing that is not a good idea to rely on up to certainly point, up to certainly point, is that you're delegating responsibility to others in critical areas, especially finance. It's up to you, man. It's up to you. But it's an option. It's an option. It is an option. So having too many options is not healthy. Anyway, the difference between a more and a payment only solution is that a more exactly is that an more assumes financial responsibility for its client, whereas a payment only solution strictly process exactly. But this assumes financial responsibility for their client. So it not only process it not only process it not only process payment it not only process payments, okay. It's a legal entity that assumes financial responsibility for their client. It is not only process it not only process payment, also handles compliance, exactly, but also handles compliance, finance, liability of payments, refunds, chargeback, billing taxes and sales. Jesus, holy F, man, holy F. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. All right. Okay. And what it does, Shopify Pro is just offering a white labeling of a more solution, merchants of records, that provide tools to merchants to manage international taxes, to manage international tax, duty compliance, fraud, foreign exchange rates, local payment methods, and access to cost-efficient shipping with DHL Express. So, Market Pro's requirement: who is the right fit for Shopify Markets Pro? Based in the US, use Shopify Payment, of course. Meets the prohibited or restricted items requirement. Meets the market's pro shipping requirements. Interest in having a merchant of records. Does not use the global e-app. It is incompatible with Market Pro. So how does Shopify Market Pro benefit merchants? It is easy, it is accessible, and it is fast. Rapid expansion. So Shopify Market Pro includes all the features and benefits of Shopify Market with additional features that simplify the compliance and liability. But that's what it is. So merchants don't have, or it takes compliance and liability off the merchants' plates and offer affordable shipping options. Mhm. So it is easy. Market Pro removes much of the financial and legal hassle. Exactly. And gets in the way of global expansion. Brand can focus on selling instead of administrating an account. It is accessible and it is fast. And rapid expansion. Checkout locations, fulfillment and shipping, liability management, and pricing. The Shopify Market or Shopify Market Pros. Merchants can adopt Shopify markets with or without the Pro feature. A few common reasons that merchants will opt for merchants without Pro feature is international strategy. They have already entered a few key markets and want to start by improving conversions there before entering new markets. Organizational structure. They have already expanded with multiple markets and have teams in the house that support global compliance. Average order value. They have low average order value, so their buyers might be sensitive to express shipping costs. Okay, all right. Then this is a quiz. You're right. Supporting merchants with Shopify markets. You can show the benefit of how you can show the benefits of Market and Market Pro to merchants. Managing compliance solution merchants result. Offload risk with tax, duty, and restriction compliance, guarantee FX, and fraud detection. The merchant doesn't have to worry about complexity and liability management per markets. With Shopify Markets Pro handling compliance, merchants can enter 150 markets overnight, building trust with global audience. Okay. So the merchant doesn't have to worry about the complexity and liabilities to that. Exactly. But this is now uh, merchants have doubts about markets and Markets Pro, even when you are confident in the right choice for their business. Empathize with each merchant's challenge and objection. Then share the solution to those paths. Merchants don't have to worry about the complexity of liability management per market, which is that. However, with Shopify Pro, handles compliant merchants can exactly. So Shopify Pro handles compliance. All right. So with Shopify merchants, simple. You can get into this new market, right? Without having to deal with the complexity of cross-border selling. Uh, However, you have to manage and deal with all of this uh, compliance, especially with tax, duty, tax duties and regulations, as well as the fraud protection and the guarantee effects. Okay, so meaning with Shopify Market Pro, you can focus on your business since you delegate that to this legal entity, which who is responsible for your financial, and that's the core of this. That's the entire core of this because merchant is like, okay, great that you memorize all of this. It's awesome to see how you are able to memorize each one of those words and describe in a precise, concise, and elegant way. However, how does it help me? How in the F does it help me? Well, you don't have to worry about compliance, meaning tax, duties, regulations, foreign exchange, as well as fraud protections. All of them especially with Shopify Market Pro, is taking care for that. You need to be eligible to do that. Your business must have on the US, basically. It is interesting. So your business must have in the US, as well as you must follow some recommendation when offering certain products, which is something they describe here. Come on, for real. So what Shopify Markets offer is this suite of tools to manage cross-border selling by looking at by configuring settings, because after all what I'm gonna do here is improving here, right? So Shopify Markets. Okay, so Shopify Markets provides tools or provide cross-border tools to merchants that allow, yeah, it's like, so Shopify Market provide cross-border tools to merchants to offer customized buying experience by configuring, okay, so by configuring uh, currencies, by configuring currencies, currency and pricing, okay, so currency and pricing, okay, so currency and pricing, okay, exactly. Shopify Markets provide cross-border tools to merchants to offer customized buying experience by to offer provide cross-border tools to merchants by offering uh, to merchants to merchants offering offering customized buying experience by configuring currency and prices, language language Jesus language, domain, taxes and duties, okay, as well as uh, currency and prices, language, domain, taxes and duties, and payment options. Payment options. Shopify Market or Shopify Markets Pro, okay, takes, okay, so Shopify Market Pros, so Shopify Market Pro, a legal entity or a white labeling, okay, so a white labeling solution of merchant merchant of records. Okay, it's a white labeling solution of merchant of records where next time, so Shopify Market Pro, a white labeling solution of merchant of records where a solution of merchant of records which takes financial responsibility for their customers, aka merchants and customers. So as a merchant, you you receive tools to manage fraud. Mhm. But with affordable shipping rates. So the idea here is developing. Okay. Okay. Interesting, having a merchant of record meets the Market Pro shipping requirement, means the prohibited and restricted items do not use global EP for that. So in any case, that'll be all for this video. Take care. Bye bye.